Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome back to another week of Live with Rye Friends on Broadway. I'm Rye Myers, your Broadway and Entertainment BFF. How's everyone doing? Awesome. It's nice to see some new friendly faces in the audience. Welcome, welcome. To those at home watching, hello. I know we have people watching as far out as New Zealand, so wherever you're watching, yes, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. As I said, this is Live with Rye Friends on Broadway, the only free Broadway talk show here in the heart of Hell's Kitchen. Before we begin, I don't want to forget this. Give a round of applause for my sponsors tonight. Playbill is sponsoring us. They're giving away some awesome swag come trivia time. And give a round of applause for Come From Away, because I'm giving away 2 free tickets to Come From Away. So give a round of applause again for Playbill and Come From Away for being our sponsors this evening. Thank you, thank you. Another big round of applause for them. Give a round of applause for them. Yes, yes. We're going to make sure they get the biggest round of applause. As always, tip, drink, and be happy. Make sure you give Casey some love with the tip. It's also happy hour going on between now and 8 o'clock, so it's buy one, get one for beer. So that also includes Trulies or any hard ciders. And if you want to get fancy, this is the Rye cocktail. Specialty cocktail for tonight. It is every Thursday. It's Sprite, Crown Royal, Sprite, peach schnapps, and Sprite, cranberry juice. This is why I'm not a bartender. So it's very good. Peach schnapps, cranberry juice, Sprite, and Crown Royal, and that's the Rye cocktail. It's $13 and it's great. So now what I'd like to do is a little segment, Broadway news. Every week I do Broadway news from throughout the week, and there's been some exciting things that have happened this past week. First off, did anyone get a chance to see Elton John the last 2 days? He was at MSG. Anyone go? No? Okay. Well, I will say this. You have another week and a half to see him because he'll be at Barclays next week and then Nassau the week after. But he's gone in New York because last night was his final show at Madison Square Garden ever. And obviously, what does Elton John have to do with Broadway? Well, you know, he's written and provided the music for Aida and Lion King and Billy Elliot and all those good things. It was an incredible concert. If you have the time, go see him at the Barclays Center. And I believe he's going to the Prudential Center in Newark tomorrow and then out to Nassau, Long Island, and then he's done in New York. So, you know, and his final show is November 2022 of this year. I'm flying out to LA to see his final show. So if you don't get to see him now, make sure you fly out and see him at one of his locations because he puts on a hell of a show. And it was supposed to be 4 years and COVID happened and now it's been dragged out even longer. So, and the exciting fact that I saw this week is just another fact that Broadway is roaring back. We're starting to get out of the lull we were in. Broadway capacity hit an all-time high of 89.8%. Wow. Yes, let's give that a round of applause because that's the highest at any week this season since September 19th when Broadway reopened, when it was at 88.2%. It's freaking incredible. Yeah, so everyone, as I say every week, go see a Broadway show, go see a show. It is open and they need the support. And also the total grosses this week reached 21.8 million, which is an increase from 2.9 million from the week prior. So Broadway is killing it. We're getting out, we're seeing shows. It is, get out there, go see a show, book a Broadway show. And a new Broadway show that you should get tickets for that starts previews tomorrow is Plaza Suite. Everyone heard of Plaza Suite? The new Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker play, the Neil Simon play, they're starring in it. It's coming to the Hudson Theater over here. Some exciting news, I don't know if you heard, but tickets for that are, of course, abysmally expensive as we knew they would be, but for people who can't afford expensive tickets, they are doing a lottery with Today Tix. So here's some exciting news. Starting today, actually, it's open. They do the $39 lottery ticket on Today Tix. It opens on midnight every Monday, and it closes 4 hours prior to the ticket time. And you have 30 minutes to claim it. So if you want to see Plaza Suite, go on Today Tix, sign up for updates so you get notified and you can enter the lottery, and who knows, maybe you'll get a chance to see Plaza Suite because tickets are selling fast. They are as expensive as hell, and we have, you know, bills to pay. So very, very, very expensive. So, and with that, help me welcome my very special guest. I am so happy to have her. She is somebody who's so incredible. For those of you who are familiar with Bar 9, you may have seen her at her sold-out, house-packed performance here and making her New York City debut, eventually Broadway debut. Please help me welcome the incredible Lara Strong. Hi, Lara. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wow, very good. I'd love to see you. Quite the fan base here tonight.
Oh, yeah. my little improv friends come, which is so nice.
Hello. Well,
Come out the door.
so happy to have you.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
My pleasure. Well, thank you. So, let's get started. I ask this to everyone. How did you get your start in performing? Was it something that you always wanted to do? Did you find it at a late age? How did you get your start?
Yeah, I started with ballet at the age of 5. My parents put me into ballet lessons, and I think I had my first show, which was Wizard of Oz. I think it was the ballet version.
Wow.
And I was this little, in this little yellow tutu.
I love it. Yeah.
This little yellow tutu and running across the stage. And I just remember loving it and just loving the smiles people had on their faces on stage and in the audience. And I was just like, I have to do this. And so, I kept taking ballet lessons. Originally thought I was going to move into professional ballet dancing. And up until the age of 12, I was really going for that. Then I got to 12 and I was like, this is way too intense. Lots of craziness. I still loved it. And then I thought, why not try doing some acting stuff? So I started taking speech and drama lessons, voice lessons, and realized I can put them all together and do musical theatre. So
yes, ding, ding, ding. Perfect timing on that one.
Perfect timing, Jared. That's really what it was, and something drew me to the stage, and it's just what I love to do, and I get the spark when I come on stage, and it's like I just forget everything else, and it's just so much fun. I have to do it.
And that's so important. It's funny you said the ballet version of The Wizard of Oz. How did that work? Was there no talking? It was all just it was like the Nutcracker where it was all just music and was there talking? What was it? All ballet version of The Wizard of Oz? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was. I was 5, so I don't remember the exact details. But it was just theatrical dancing and telling the story through ballet, like the Nutcracker, like you said.
Right.
I think, and we had all these. I think maybe we were yellow because we were playing the Yellow Brick Road or something.
I love that.
Not too sure, but they made it work,
I assume everyone here has seen The Wizard of Oz. Yes. Back there, everyone seen The Wizard of Oz? Yes. How about The Wiz? The Wiz? Has anyone seen The Wiz? Gotta see The Wiz. You have to see The Wiz. Gotta see The Wiz. Now, you're from New Zealand. And was there a lot of Broadway opportunities there, such as Broadway productions that came to tour or that put up the New Zealand production of Phantom of the Opera, New Zealand production of whatever? Was there a lot of opportunities there for professional theater, or did you have to find your own and sort of look to New York and other places?
Yeah, well, not necessarily Broadway tours or national tours.
I should have said tours. It's the wrong word.
So there were lots of independent companies in New Zealand that started up for theatre. There's some great ones in Christchurch, which is down south in New Zealand. There's one great company in Wellington which I worked with called Which Musical Theatre, who are great at providing opportunities for Broadway people who want to be on Broadway and do musicals, which is cool. But I'd say musicals isn't really something that's huge in New Zealand. You really have to find the niche market. You really have to find the people and find the people that also love musicals there. I managed to find it, and there's lots of dance theatre and acting theatre, which I got into, which was really cool. There were some Australian tours that would come to New Zealand, which is awesome. And Australia does musical theatre really well too.
They do. How far is it from Australia? Let's say if you were going to go see a show in Australia, is it a far travel?
Yeah, it's like here to Florida, 3 hours. Is it 3 hours? Here to Florida?
It's about a 3-hour flight. It is
something like that.
No, because if you go down to Miami or Fort Lauderdale, depending on where it could be about 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 3-hour flight. I have a brother that actually lives in Australia, so it's about 3 hours away.
3 hours is much closer for you all than it is here, because from here to Australia, it's like half of a day. It's like
crazy.
17, 18-hour flight, if that.
Yeah, so, wild.
So did you get over to Australia when you could to see shows, or?
Not too much. It's quite expensive to head over, but when I would find myself there, I'd definitely go. I saw the Book of Mormon over there in Melbourne, and I love that show. It's So great.
Have you seen the production? You've seen the Broadway version?
I haven't seen the Broadway version, but I would love
got
to. So yeah, I saw that. I saw Aladdin.
Amazing.
And actually a tour, Australian tour of West Side Story came to New Zealand, which is incredible. They did a great job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen a few things. So.
That's beautiful. And New Zealand is such a beautiful country. I want to visit there so bad. I mean, beautiful. That Australia, that whole area, I just want to see. And I mean, the sights of, what I've seen of New Zealand is you've seen in the movies, but everything there just looks so beautiful. So now, how you are a recent AMDA graduate, which is actually funny because last week the guest I had here, Mick Rafalski, was also a graduate of AMDA. And how was that experience for you? And how did you come across AMDA when you were looking for your studies? And I don't say that in a bad way. There's so many great schools. I was just curious. I mean, there's so many options to choose from. And how did AMDA come into the picture?
Yeah, well, I was just looking online when I was back in New Zealand in 2019. I really wanted to come over here and study musical theatre, and was looking for a conservatory program, which AMDA is. So it's an intensive 4 semesters of super intense training and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, I found online, went to Australia to audition. They had international auditions, got in with a little scholarship, which was great. And I think what drew me to it was the teachers that we had there, because they're super involved in the industry and they know what they're talking about. So hearing from their experiences was really great. And they really look after the international students as well, which is really cool. So that was easier for me to go over there here and do it. But yeah, it was conservatory training. It was really great. They just crazy, non-stop, intense. Where you learn a lot, where 4 semesters feels like 4 years.
Wow.
So it was great. Made lots of friends and
That's
had a good
wonderful.
time.
So conservatory training is much different than if you were to go for musical theater to a school for 4 years. Is the conservatory training a little bit more intense?
Yeah, I believe so. Of course, you don't get all the different methods when you're doing conservatory training because it's such a short amount of time.
Right.
But I guess they really hone in on your individuality as a performer, which is quite cool. And they really focus on that for 4 years, which I think 4 semesters. Yeah, but I don't know too much about the 4-year programs. But they
Sounds like the conservatory is a little bit more intense.
I think
For
so.
sure.
I think they're all intense, all a lot of
Yeah,
hard
of
work,
course.
and it puts you through mental and physical craziness.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think there's perks to being in both.
I'm sure.
I love the conservatory thing for me.
Now, with helping them find your individuality, did they help you find that, and what did you learn about yourself as a performer? And we're ever changing and ever emerging, but what did you learn about yourself as a performer from your time at AMDA that has helped you so far in your career?
Yeah, when I was back in New Zealand, I was always cast as we don't really do types anymore in musical theatre, but when I came from New Zealand, I was kind of seen as the ingenue back there.
Yes.
And played young characters and never really saw myself as a comedian type actor. And then I came here, and for some reason, people really saw me as the comedy kind of type, or the quirky character, but also doing the serious stuff as well, of course.
Yes.
So I found a lot of that in myself, which was really, really fun.
That's exciting.
To explore that. And yeah, so I think I found a lot of that in myself and found my bubbliness and used that. And
That's important.
which is cool. Yeah.
You have that.
Yeah.
Welcome, friends. I see we have some new people who have just joined us. Welcome. This is
Hello.
Live with Rye Friends on Broadway, the only free Broadway talk show here in the heart of Hell's Kitchen, and talk with everyone from the industry, Broadway-esque, Broadway-related, and on Broadway. And tonight's special guest is the incredible Lara Strong, New Zealand acting, singing, and dancing sensation.
Oh.
It's true. And you have such a bubbly personality, as you were saying, so that must help you a lot with everything you've done too, so it's important to have that as a performer.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I know that you've just also moved to New York not too long ago, 2019 if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, 2019.
Well, I have to say, as somebody who's lived here for 4 years, I'm sorry that you've moved here and then there was a pandemic that hit. You didn't really have gotten to see too much of the city.
Well, it was I had a weird experience. I came in 2019, October, and then went home March 2020 because of COVID.
Oh, wow.
And I spent a whole year, a gap year if you must, back home in New Zealand for a year. And
Well, you were very safe because New Zealand is like
yeah.
the gold standards for COVID policy, so at least you were safe, you know.
Very, very lucky. And I think I found a new appreciation for New York when I was back home because I love New Zealand, but of course New York, you can't compare the theatre industry
No.
to anywhere else. I vowed to myself when I was back in New Zealand that I would make the most when I came back here and really just do everything and perform and meet people and just do whatever. And so I found a new appreciation being away from it. So it was great.
Well, and New York appreciates you. Well, you're singing 2 songs for us. Yes, they do. You're singing 2 songs for us tonight. I'd love to hear you sing the first one. Tell us what you're going to be singing and where it's from. If you have not heard Lara sing, you are in for quite a treat. So do tell.
Thank you. So I'll be singing Raining from Rocky the Musical. Beautiful song. It's actually my audition song for Ave Btwn. Yeah. So let me just... Oh, let's sit down. It's kind of fun. Hey. Watch him turn his collar up against the wind. Stops a passerby and bums a cigarette. Ducks inside a doorway and I see him strike a light. Pulls me back to everything I've ever known. Papa's sudden rage, his mama turned to stone. Praying for Saint Anthony to come and make things right. You don't look up and you don't talk back, cause the odds are 10 to none that a weed that grows in a pavement crack toward a patch of sun. I hide myself in a tiny space as the voices rise, and I go someplace where no one ever cries. Well, if it keeps on raining, I think I might float away. Yes, if it keeps on raining, I may. The sky is overflowing, the river's more like a bay. Yes, if it keeps on raining, I might float away one day. Finishes his cigarette and throws it down. Gives a little wave and then he heads downtown, fading in the darkness till he's finally gone from sight. And you don't look up and you don't wave back, cause the odds are 10 to none that a weed stays put in a pavement crack and it never finds the sun. I fit myself in a tiny space as the waters rise, and I wonder if he'll be back again with his broken face and his hard luck life and his sad brown eyes. Yes, if it keeps on raining, I think I might float away. Yes, if it keeps on raining, I may. The sky is overflowing and I am filled to the brim. Yes, if it keeps on raining, I might float away. To him. Miles.
Give another round of applause for, and Miles, thank you so much for our wow, that was incredible, Lara. Thank you again, Miles. I have to say, I am so indebted to everyone here at Bar 9, but especially Miles for being just such a great accompanist and great person, and I consider him a dear friend. That was a beautiful song from Rocky the Musical. Wow.
Lovely. It's
Yeah,
so pretty. Who would have thought Rocky the Musical?
I mean, I know, it is so pretty. I didn't get a chance. Anyone see Rocky the Musical? Neither did half of New York. That's why yeah, I wanted to see it. It looked really good. You had Andy Carl and Margot Sieber, and they took the audience and like put them in a boxing rink. It's a beautiful song, though. That's great. So congratulations once again. So you all came on a great night because not only is during trivia time we're giving away these exclusive Playbill surprise bags, but I also have 2 pairs of tickets for Broadway's Come From Away that I'm giving away. For the March 2nd performance, you can choose either the matinee or the evening show. And so I'm going to give away the first pair right now. I'm going to ask a question, and it's Come From Away related. And if you get it right, find me after the show, or if you want to get a piece of paper or a napkin from Casey, I just need your name and email and phone number. That way the show can contact you with your tickets and let me know if you can do the matinee on March 2nd or the evening. So again, this is for the first pair of 2 tickets for Come From Away on Broadway, March 2nd at either the matinee or the evening show. Okay, so who was the actress in Come From Away that received the Tony nomination for originating the role of Beverly Bass? Please raise your hand. This actress received a Tony nomination for originating in Come From Away. Is Beverly Bass, very popular actress. We all love her. What? No, you can't Google it. I will. You know what I'm going to do? I'll do a multiple choice. Okay. Is it A, Margot Sieber? Is it B, Patrina Brumley? C, Jen Colella? D, Patti LuPone? Or E, Katrina Lenk?
C.
Yes, C. It's Jen Colella. Yes, congratulations. So, congratulations, you win 2 tickets to Come From Away. You can either do the matinee on March 2nd or the evening show. Just grab, if you have a napkin or piece of paper, I just need your name, email, and what day, which performance you want to go to, and find that to me so I can make sure the show gets that to you, okay? Congratulations. Give a round of applause. What's your name? Jenna, congratulations, yes. So it was Jen Colella, yes, who starred as Beverly Bass in the original production, and that garnered her a Tony nomination, much deserved as well. So give another round of applause for Jenna, everyone. Woo! Amazing, we'll do the trivia later on. Okay, sorry, so that was absolutely, again, just incredible. What have been you moved to New York and, you went back to New Zealand for a year. What have been some surprising challenges that you've encountered in moving to the States that you didn't know, but you have learned from them, or have been exciting challenges, should I say?
Yeah. So I've had a few. I guess if we're talking about New Zealand stuff, the accent. Sometimes people don't understand what I say sometimes, which is so I feel like I have to put this accent on. It's like if I say the number 4, I have to go 4 or 7. I have to change it. I told this little story before. I was in a cab once from the airport back to city centre, and I was giving an address and it had a 7 in it, and I said, and they just did not understand what I was saying, and I had to say an American accent like 254 West 57th, and then they understood what I was saying.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, but that hasn't been too difficult. It's just been a kind of funny little thing that's happened. What else? I guess trying to make it as a performer in general in New York is very hard. You really just have to put yourself out there, and I definitely struggled with a bit of self-confidence issues when I first came here. I was nervous of my voice a little bit as well, and I felt Americans are really, really good at talking about themselves in a positive way. No, which is a really, really good thing. Yeah.
I know I laugh because I'm glad that you think that.
Yeah.
We're not hard on ourselves, but.
Yeah, no. And I feel like I adapted when I came here. I took that and try to make myself, try to feel more confident about myself and talk about myself positively and giving myself words of encouragement, which then helped me with my voice. And because it's really a mental game, you know, it's like doing a pirouette. People say that it's half mental, like telling yourself you can do it.
Yes.
Same with belting notes and singing. So yeah, that's something that I struggled with and I overcome, I think I can say, which is cool. Yeah.
And that's something that I think a lot of people struggle with, I would say, is self-confidence. I feel like no matter what industry you're in, you know, struggling with, you know, as we say a lot, imposter syndrome as well, you know.
Big time.
And I know it's ever relevant in the creative and performing arts industry. So the fact that you've sort of, you know, you've been able to understand when that kicks in and master it, I think is important. And is there something that you do particularly that helps you when that self-doubt kicks in, or that self-confidence, or that self-consciousness kicks in, that helps you to get back to that state of like, wait a second, no, I'm better. That's not true, because I'm not just saying your voice is incredible. I mean, so, you know, I mean, really, but I know we're also our own worst critics, but, so is there something that you do or say that, you know, helps you?
Yeah, my dad actually taught me this little trick. I'm very lucky. I have very supportive parents who I love very much. Miss a lot if you're watching.
They are watching. I know your mother's watching. Say hello to your mother. She kindly messaged me on Facebook and she'll be watching. So hello to Lara's mom. she seemed like such a doll. So.
Oh yeah, we love you, Mum. But yeah, my dad taught me this little thing. Actually, even when I was doing little shows as a ballet dancer as a kid, to tell yourself, do this with your hand and say, well done, Lara. Well done, Lara. And it gives you this confidence before you go on, because you connect it to words of, what's it called? Words of encouragement. Are things that you can, affirmation are things that you can give to yourself. And then it's kind of like you've had a round of applause before you come on stage.
Yes.
And so you have this kind of burst of confidence and saying you could do it. Yeah. So I do that. And I didn't realize how the significance of that until coming here and being on my own and making it on my own and doing stuff and realizing how much that helps you. I didn't really realize as a kid that.
Right.
I was like, well done, Lara. But now it's,
What a great little thing. I mean, well, I guess if anybody is a performer or is struggling with that, maybe say that to yourself. Well done, whatever your name is, and maybe that'll help you through your day. That's good. You give yourself a little boost. I mean, it's much needed. And props to your dad for encouraging you that, because you know now you're doing that and it's helping you. So on January 26th, you made your New York City debut right here on this very stage where we are sitting. You packed the house. I mean, it was, you know, excuse the expression, it was balls to the walls packed, and it was incredible. The show was titled Stronger Than Ever. I felt so bad. I couldn't make it because I had tickets that night to a show, and I felt terrible, but I was able to come by after, and I did sort of hear some of the encore performances from this incredible girl. So where did the idea come from to do a show here, but also to call it Stronger Than Ever?
Yeah, well, I had just moved in down the street, and I came across Bar 9. I heard that they do masks and musicals, which is who I love, and seriously, Miles is part of that too.
Yes, shout out to Masks and Musicals. Miles is the accompanist for that, and Broadway karaoke. Yes, Tuesday nights from 8:30 to 12, yes.
Yeah, so I was very lucky, and I came in and saw they were doing open mic for musical theatre songs, and so I got up and did it, and I just, loved it. So I came back every Thursday, and Jared came up to me, bar manager, lovely Jared.
Yes, let's give Jared a round of applause. He's absolutely incredible. He's our manager here, does so much, really appreciate it. He's wonderful. Round of applause for Jared.
Yeah, seriously. And he came up to me and said, you remind me of Bernadette Peters. And then
that's the first time you're saying yes.
Yeah, which was, I was like, oh my God, thanks. And we made friends, and I asked you if I could do a one-woman show here, and you're like, yeah, come along and do it. So
You still owe me that song.
I do. I still owe him a Bernadette Peters song. So yeah, and started working on it, and titled it Stronger Than Ever, because I feel like I guess it came from you don't realize how far you've come until you look
Yes.
back at yourself from like years ago and think about all those dreams you had. And for me, it's moving to New York and doing musical theatre, and here I am doing it. And so I am stronger than I've ever been, I think, with my mind, and I've been working hard. And so, yeah, it was just a little moment to celebrate that and appreciate the good things in life and New York. And so, yeah, I put a show together and had lovely Miles accompany me.
Yes.
And yes, I did that, which was incredible.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
And what a great way to call it Stronger Than Ever, and a good sort of full circle that, you know, you are stronger than ever, because who would have thought, you know, we all have dreams and aspirations, to think that you're here in New York City doing it and living your dream, and to make your New York City debut. That is just incredible. I mean, it was a great night. And, you know, obviously just all of you hear from her singing. It is incredible. And I'm just so happy for you. And I think that that's important for all of us to remember is, you know, remember where we came from and where we are now. I think I know I struggle with it. You mentioned, you know, we never thought, you know, years ago where we would be. And that doesn't matter if you're in the creative industry, if you're performing arts, if you're in administrative or tech, wherever you are, to look where you are today and how far you've come. And it may, you know, you always need to be and remember always need to be happy with the progress you've made, because sometimes we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives, we forget just how far we've come.
Oh yeah.
What was one of your favorite songs that you sang that evening?
I had so many.
You had so many, I know.
They were fun. I think I had a lot of fun doing. See, Cabaret is my all-time favorite song, so I love doing that, and it's ironic because I was doing a cabaret show, and I was singing cabaret, so I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. So that was really fun. I love Dance 10 Looks 3. That is that's one of the best musical theatre songs. It's just genius. Val is one of my favorite characters. And yeah, that was fun. Those like classic show tunes, I think, are the most fun.
You're Over the Rainbow was really good.
Oh yeah, Over the Rainbow was lots of fun.
I think I heard that. I think we should that one. That was very solid. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful song.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you with Stronger Than Ever, do you hope to do a part 2 or volume 2 either here or elsewhere? Is there another show in the works for you?
Yeah, there actually is.
Exciting.
We've talked about it. I believe March 23rd is the next one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you've heard it here first, folks. Here at Bar 9?
Yeah.
March 23rd. Okay.
It's in the works, and
Exciting.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And I believe the theme is going to be like spring, and since spring is starting, starting anew, starting fresh, and reblooming.
I love that.
And it should be lovely. So come along.
Yes. What time? Do you know what time yet on March 23rd?
Oh, not too sure yet. but
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye
Keep
on
it out
Bar
on
9's Instagram and your Instagram. That's very exciting. I will be there. I'll make sure that and everyone be here as well. That is so exciting. So,
much fun.
what has there been, since you moved to New York, something specifically that's happened in New York that has made you laugh, that is something that we do day to day that we don't even think of, but somebody who isn't from here and specifically from this country that has made you sort of laugh that we do? I remember the other day I was talking to somebody who's from England, and we were talking about the transit system, and he was coming in from upstate, and he was laughing because, you know, in England, everything you get by in trains, and it's so easy, and that's how they all get around in England. And you know, he was saying how here, you know, you go on the New Jersey Transit, you go on the LIR, they clip the ticket, and then and how do they remember that, and what's the clip for? And it makes no sense there. You know, clip this one, clip that one, and it's this big crazy game. And he was just like, I don't understand why Americans make things more harder than it needs to be. So, it's true. And so, has there been something here in New York that you've noticed that us crazy New Yorkers do that?
Oh my God, there's so many things, but I love it. I love it so much. I think one of the main things is I would always say sorry all the time, bumping into someone, sorry, or even if they bump into me, I say sorry. It's not even my fault. But here, it's like someone bumps into you and they just go, you know, keep walking. And I would just say sorry, you know, all the time. But I feel like I've had to adapt because I look like a out-of-towner if I say sorry. So there's like those things.
Which is funny though, because I will say, I'm sure all New Yorkers here can relate. I feel like if you don't say sorry to someone, then they get fucking pissed. Because I've had it where I've bumped into somebody, or I've seen people who haven't bumped in and haven't said, "Oh, sorry," and somebody's like, "Really?" Like, what the I always say sorry. I mean, I tend to over apologize, like usually, but I'm always like, "Oh, sorry," because I'm really the person who's gonna beat me up if I say like I don't say anything. So don't you all find out like if you bump, I'm always just like because I've seen people not say it and I haven't said it, and people be like, "What the fuck? Did you just like?" I
think also another thing is just being able to do the realization. I think I had this a couple months ago. I realized you really can do whatever the heck you want on the street, and no one's really gonna take a double look.
No,
you know? You could just
run
down the street naked, and people would be like, "Ah, New York," you know.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Well, I wouldn't do that. Just random things.
Yeah,
It's great. You can be whoever you want to be.
Exactly. Yes, you certainly can be, and that's the beauty of New York. You can be who you want. You can write your own identity. You can start fresh, and boy, do New Yorkers, as I said, there's also tons of tons of Instagram accounts related to this, but you can go on Instagram and see like Subway Creatures, but all these other Instagram accounts that just like sort of document that of people doing the randomest stuff, and New Yorkers just like sitting there reading as the guys like dressed as a reptile on the subway, break dancing with like no clothes on, and like people are just sitting there reading and minding their own business.
True expression.
Yes. Well, I want to get to your second song. I am so excited to hear this one. Let me know what you're going to be. Tell us what you're going to be singing for this second song.
I'm going to be singing "History of Wrong Guys" from Kinky Boots.
Yay!
It's the best one. Cool. All right, let me get this mic stand going. Let me see what I can do here. Dun, 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 dun. Should be right. There we go. Oh no. Don't you dare. Go. I'm warning you. I think I've got a crush. I can't. Why not? Women have been making bad choices since the beginning of time. Are you gonna be another one of mine? Used to think you were from out of space. Who's this bright-eyed guy in your place? You're kinda cute when you're not so shy. But I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in this history of wrong guys. You used to be so a left lackluster ball, but now you're changing into something I just can't ignore. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. Is there really more to you than what I always thought? How can you surprise me anymore? He's got a girlfriend, you fake. Why are they only nice when they're unavailable? Don't wanna be another star-crossed lover. We all know how that ends. I'm better off without him. We're better off as friends. But I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in this history of wrong guys. Yesterday no spark, no heartache in love. But today I'm feeling something I just can't ignore. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. Oh. The history of wrong guys. Chapter 1, he's a bum. 2, he's not into you. 3, he's a old friend named Nicola. Oh. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. I can see there's more to you than what I always thought. But I won't be burned anymore. Oh, oh, oh. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Did you get a chance to see Kinky Boots?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Kinky Boots when it was here? Anyone see Kinky Boots when it was on tour? Broadway, anyone? Yeah, you saw it on tour? Oh, it's so good. Well, you got to audition for it wherever it is, if it's on regional or, because you are so good in that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Another round of applause for Lara, everyone. Amazing. All righty. Well, now, and thank you again, Miles. So now we're going to do some trivia. This is one of my favorite parts of the segment, where I'm going to read some questions, and if you answer correctly, you're going to go home with this exciting Playbill swag. Let me tell you, this is exclusive here. You cannot buy this online. It's exclusive to Playbill only. It's this awesome tote bag, and inside we have some exciting oversized Playbill highlighters and exclusive Playbill water bottles. And I just want to say too, for those of you watching at home and those of you here, if you're loving what you are seeing, feel free to spread the magic back. You see on the tables, there's my QR code for Venmo, or up here, and for those watching, you'll also see the link in the bio or on there as well. And if you'd like to leave a donation to help support the show, feel free to scan that QR code or go to the website and leave a donation. I would so appreciate it. Alrighty, so let's begin. This is very exciting, and I'm loving all the prizes that we've been getting week after week. So, what year did Playbill start their iconic Pride Playbill for the month of June? Was it, I'm realizing multiple choice is better and not just for tonight, but in general. So was it 2012, A, 2012, B, 2014, C, 2013, or D, 2015? Raise your hand.
I missed the question.
Yep, that's right, I'll repeat it. What year did Playbill start their iconic Pride Playbills for the month of June? Was it A, 2012, B, 2014, C, 2013, or D, 2015?
2015.
Nope, not 2015.
2012?
Not 2012. Not 2013. 2014, yes, come on up. Here you go. And you're gonna get a shot as well. Here you are, what's your name? Lauren, welcome. Hi, there you go. Enjoy the exclusive Playbill swag. Give it up for Lauren. Yes, we're also, what are the shots you doing tonight, Casey? What are they?
Green tea.
Green tea shots as well. Yes, I forgot to mention as well. Yes, you'll grab a shot as well. So you get a shot and a bag. So it's very exciting. All right, well, congratulations. All right, so the second question, and I love this one. How many colors are in Joseph's dream coat, in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor dream coat? It's multiple choice. This is one of my favorite shows. Is it A, 27, B, 29, C, 35, or D, 39? Yeah, how much?
29.
Yes, 29! Woo! Come on up! Yes, it's 29! It is! What's your name? Jay, here you go, Jay! And grab a shot! Thank you! Grab a shot if you'd like. Congratulations! Yes, it's... Yes, right there. That's all right. They're green tea. Yes, 29. Cheers! 29 colors are in Joseph's coat, in Joseph's Amazing Technicolor dream coat. All righty, here we go. Who starred as the original Belle in the original Broadway cast of Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I don't know. I need the answer.
Oh, okay. Was it A, Annalise Vanderpool, B, Raven Simone, C, Susan Egan? Oh yeah. Who was who starred as the original Belle in the original Broadway cast of Disney's Beauty and the Beast on Broadway? A. Annalise Vanderpool, B. Raven Simone, C. Susan Egan, or D. Ashley Tisdale?
C. Egan.
Yes, Susan Egan. Yes, congratulations. Congrats, Susan Egan is the original Belle on Broadway. Here you go. Grab a shot. What's your name? Lindsay, congratulations. Cheers to you, Lindsay. Fabulous. Woo, cheers. Yes, Susan Egan was the original Belle in the original Broadway cast of Beauty and the Beast. And for those of you who were here last week, Mick confirmed it. They are doing the revival of Beauty and the Beast. There's no date yet as to when they're doing it, but it's happening because he knows the choreographer. So I cannot wait. As I've said to you,
It's my dream role. Like that.
Belle, yeah. I think it's going to go to, the St. James, or I think they're going, because the Palace Theater is currently under renovation. I think when that reopens, they're going to go there. So, isn't it? Well, because that's where it opened originally. So I think they might do that. All right. So we got one more, and this is going to be for the last Playbill bag. But don't worry, we still have another pair of Come From Away tickets to give away, which we'll do later in the show. All righty. So this final question for trivia. What musical system does Harold Hill subscribe to in The Music Man? Is it A, the sound system, B, the play system, C, the touch system, or D, the think system?
Think system.
Yes, it's the think system. Congratulations. What's your name? Dan, congratulations. There you go. And grab a shot. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Thank you, everyone who played trivia. Congratulations. We have some really smart Broadway people here. I'm really impressed. This is great. I mean, so many smart. I love it. I love it. Well, don't worry for those. It's always next week, and I still have a pair of Broadway tickets to Come From Away to give away. Next week is going to be sponsored by The Play That Goes Wrong. So lots of opportunities. I'm so happy. Enjoy it, everyone. And again, this is all limited edition, exclusive Playbill stuff that you can't get online at Playbill store. So you've got some awesome swaggy swag.
Thank you, Playbill.
So what advice do you have for those who are preparing for their first cabaret show? What would be advice you would give to them?
Oh my goodness. Don't just do songs that you like and sing them. Do songs that you can really relate to at that time, or if you've related to recently, or because then when you perform, people don't want to just see songs that are sung well, they want to see a story and someone taking you through a journey. And so I think someone who's speaking from the heart and singing a song they really relate to is so great to watch. And it works really well. If you relate to it, then it fits. Sorry, that was so fast. That's the first thing I thought of.
What was the first thing? I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, and have fun. Like, it's just
important.
Being on your stage. If you're doing a cabaret, you obviously love performing. And it's just let yourself have fun and prepare. And if you're prepared, then you can just get on stage and let go and do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And have some great accompanists behind you. Miles Madwell.
Yes, Miles Madwell. He's available for an accompanist if you need him.
Yeah.
Give him my Venmo handle.
Just I will. Just do it. Just do it.
Exactly.
And enjoy it.
So you had mentioned this when I talked about Beauty and the Beast, but I am curious, what is your dream role? Do you have a dream role? Is it
so many?
So many. I know you said one was Belle in Beauty and the Beast. That's exciting. Do you have what's another one?
I'd love to play Roxy Hart in Chicago. Oh my gosh.
The name on everybody's lips is gonna be Lara. What'd you say, Jared? Oh,
I did, yeah.
Roxy Hart. Have you seen the production here?
No, I was supposed to go at the heat of Omicron.
Oh, okay.
And I bought a ticket and then I realized, wait, I don't really want to be in a theater right now
of
with
course.
everything going on. So
you've got to see it. You have so many shows you've got to see now that, but Chicago is great. You can get tickets to that super cheap. You've got to see that.
That's a classic.
I think you'll be our next Roxy Hart. I mean, I love that, right? Doesn't that sound good to you? I love that. I could totally see that. Yes. Yes, I love that.
Bar 9 to Chicago.
Yeah, Bar 9 to Chicago, right? I mean, do you have a favorite show that you like? That's your favorite musical that either you've seen recently or that is your favorite in general?
Yeah, I really, really, really love Jesus Christ Superstar. That
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
superstar.
just it's so, every time I love watching the movie as well. The movie's great.
Okay, which one? Which version?
The 70s one, the original one.
The original,
Ted,
1970s.
Ted Neely?
Ted Neely,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes. Uh-huh.
That is it's just so raw and passionate, and it's just I just love 70s as well. It's the fuller pants. I love 70s everything. A little anecdote. But yeah, it's just such a good musical. It's so great.
It is.
Yeah.
It is so good. And Andrew Lloyd Webber writes great things.
Yeah.
That was another one for those last week. I talked about Mick, our guest last week, talked about Joseph being one of his favorites and me being in that. I was also in Jesus Christ Superstar as well at the same theater. Don't worry, I did not reach out to the cast of the movie this time and invite them to the show. The joke last week was our guest Mick was in Joseph, and we got talking about Joseph in the Mason Technicolor Dreamcoat. I used to perform, and years ago when I did it at a local community theater, which was, I felt like such a big deal, you know, I was one of the brothers. I reached out to almost everyone from the Donny Osmond movie, including Donny Osmond himself, and invited them to come see it. It was like, come see this exciting professional, like, this is my professional show that I'm doing, and, you know, they didn't, but I got a beautiful message that I still have on my phone from Kelly Rebke, who was the narrator in 1992 with Donny Osmond. So, you know, it's still all good, but, you know, so that and Jesus Christ Superstar holds a special place in my heart. And,
Hey,
you know.
you gotta put yourself out there.
I mean, no better way to put yourself out there than to call, to reach out to them and their reps and say, you want to come see a show? And then their reps go back and say, I don't think you can afford Donny Osmond's rate. Like, no, I can't.
He's in Vegas.
He is. Well, you know what? The show needed some spunk to it, and I wanted to, you know, I thought it would be exciting to tell the cast that, you know. So our director was less than thrilled, but he was, you know, he's a bitchy gay anyway, so it's all right. But I was thrilled, and it made me happy. So I was, you know, you know, and I said last week I did it also too because it was part of being in the show was I had one of my solos taken away, and so, you know, that made me feel better. So it's the first time I performed. So
I love it.
Alrighty, so I'm going to give away this final pair of Come From Away tickets. So as I said, I have one pair left of Come From Away tickets for the March 2nd performance, either the matinee or the evening. If you win this, you can get a piece of paper or find me after the show or grab a piece of paper from Casey and write down your name, email, and which slot works for you so I can let the show know. But this is a Come From Away question, and for our final pair of tickets, which is very exciting.
Very exciting.
Alrighty. So, what year did Come From Away on Broadway open? Okay, what year did Come From Away on Broadway open? Was it A, 2015, B, 2016, C, 2014, or D, 2017?
2017.
Yes, 2017. Yes, congratulations. Yes. So when you have a second, write down, or Casey give you a piece of paper, write down your name, email, and if you want to go to the March 2nd show, the evening or matinee, and you get a pair of 2 tickets to Come From Away. It opened on March 12th, 2017 was its official opening. So
great.
yes, and Come From Away is celebrating, I think, their 5-year anniversary on Broadway with everyone next month. So if you get a chance to go see it, definitely do so.
2017 was 5 years ago.
I think so, 8, 9, 10.
Oh my gosh, that's
Right, right?
crazy.
I don't know. I'm not good at math. Is that 5 years ago? I think
Yeah.
so. It's crazy, right?
Well, time goes by.
Time goes by so fast. So what do you think as a performer is, I don't want to say more difficult, but something that is more challenging? Would you say theater acting or TV acting?
Oh my goodness, I think they both have their challenges. I've been lucky. I've also been immersed in the screen industry a little bit too.
Yes.
Having my parents are filmmakers as well, which is really cool. And so I've been lucky to get there.
You said your parents are filmmakers?
Yeah,
Oh,
back in
wow,
New Zealand, which is
wow.
awesome. And so I've been around that industry a lot, which is really cool. Lucky, I've been very lucky. But I think they definitely both have their challenges. I think theatre, obviously, you have to be a bit bigger, but still truthful.
Mhm.
And then going onto the screen, truthful, but a little smaller. I mean,
Yes.
that's putting it really, really short.
It's true, yeah.
But I think jumping between both of them is quite hard, especially if you've had a lot of training in theatre. Going into film and TV is difficult.
Yeah.
Vice versa. It's
It
It's
is.
hard.
Is anyone here an actor or performer? Yes, yes.
Put your hand up, Lindsay.
It is difficult, believe me. When I used to do it years ago, and that was one of the critiques that I would get often was, in TV, you're up here, right? You got to do it all in your face, and I'm very theatrical, and I guess it's one of the reasons why hosting works so well for me, because you have to have a big personality, but yeah, you have to be very focused, and it's all about the facial expression.
Yeah, because you're on, especially in the movies, when you see a movie, you're so big, up
Oh,
on there.
exactly.
So every movement is so
Exactly.
so specific.
Exactly. Well, before we finish up here, Lara, where can we keep up with you? Where can we follow you? Keep up to date with all the incredible stuff you're doing.
Yeah, well, you can follow me on Instagram. Lots of my updates are on there. So I'm at Lara Rose Strong, LARAROSESTRONG. Yeah, so I'm on there. I've got a website which you can see on my bio on Instagram.
Yes.
So yes, take a look, take a peek.
Take a peek and make sure you come to our show. And very exciting. So thank you, Lara. Let's give Lara a big round of applause, everyone. Thank you. And let's keep those applause going for our sponsors tonight, Playbill, who so generously gave our great prizes and Come From Away as well. Thank you, everyone who won those prizes as well. Hey, listen, make sure that those here in person, you take care of Casey, the bartender tonight. Tip her well. And as I said, a round of applause. If you love what you saw tonight, feel free to send that magic back to me. My Venmo is on the table. Or for those watching, you can leave a donation online. Next week is Audience Appreciation Week. I have an incredible guest named Alexander Williams. He comes week after week and has been a fan of the show since the beginning. So it's all about you next week. Come on out. And I'll also be talking with a lot of the audience as well. It's going to be great. And next week is sponsored by The Play That Goes Wrong. We're going to be giving away tickets to that as well. So if you love The Play That Goes Wrong, come on out for a chance to win. And always give a round of applause for Miles, for Jared, for Casey, everyone here at Bar 9. So thankful for everyone. And stick around for Dueling Pianos, very exciting. And as we mentioned earlier about Broadway karaoke, if you love Broadway karaoke, Tuesday nights, Mass and Musicals from 8:30 to midnight. It's free. Miles is the accompanist. Believe me, I can't sing to save my life, and if he can keep up with me, he can keep up with you. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. I'm Rye Myers. This is Live with Rye Friends on Broadway. I'll see you next week.
And thank you, Rye.
Yeah. You're on, so we're disconnected. Garrett. And twice.